I think it's an important technological advancement. It may also teach people how to spell more accurately. I think it's great. As far as what technology was like in the classroom when I was going to school, I'm going to give you an example of what it was like in 1979 when I was, in 1980 when I was a senior in high school. I was allowed to use the only computer at our school, and so there was you had to be in an advanced placement class, and so there were like 10 students in the whole school that got to use the computer. There was a terminal in one room, and someone had built the computer. It didn't even run DOS; it ran CP/M. Our what we were supposed to do for the class was to create a program in BASIC, and that was our only requirement for the entire class. So we spent the entire semester going to the University of Georgia and not downloading games, but sharing games. And back then the computers used cassette tapes to record the data. This was before even floppy disks. This was cassette tapes. And so we got the data on cassette tapes, played video games, and then in the last week or two of class, we came up with some basic game or something that met the requirements. So.
Personally, I think that technology is super beneficial in education, maybe because I've been born into an age where it's always been present, and watching it change over time has led me to believe that as long as it's used correctly, that it can be very useful for students and teachers as well. I say a lot of people argue against it because they say it takes away the need to work hard to access information, or that it's like a way to cheat, which it could be used that way, but it also can be used in very beneficial ways, helping students realize their mistakes. Like autocorrect will point out spelling mistakes and grammar mistakes as well, and then you have access to dictionaries and sources online, so if you don't know what a word means, you can look it up, or you feel like this word doesn't work so well in your paper, then you can look up other words and learn different words that have similar meanings. And then you have really cool programs like Quizlet, for example, where if you need to learn something, you input it and you can use flashcards, you can play games with the information you need to learn, and then it can give you a test. You can see how well you're going to do when you have to perform in school. And it's super beneficial for teachers as well, because there's programs like turnitin.com. Make sure your students aren't plagiarizing on their assignments. And then you also have other programs and websites where you can give students assignments, ask them to turn them in on there. They can do group projects together online. So I'd say overall, as long as the power isn't abused, that it's super beneficial and useful for both students and teachers.
Yes, I think technology can have a negative impact on students in the classroom if it's not used properly. It's real easy to get distracted if you have a laptop and you're connected to the internet and you can chat and you can check your email and you can go Instagram or whatever, either on your phone or on your computer. Yeah, sure, it can be a really distracting kind of thing. It can also be helpful. It's a lot easier to take notes on a digital device than to handwrite them. Although, frankly, I always thought when I was in school, handwriting notes and then later on typing them into my computer helped me to sort of reread all my notes and get them into my head a little bit easier. But I think there's a lot of ways that technology can be useful too. So I think you've got to be real careful about it, though.